some toys.
Oh my God! What is that?
So, the FDA and medical experts have finally responded to MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul's new product, Lunchly. Since its announcement last month, Lunchly has been surrounded by lots of controversies and skepticisms regarding its actual safety. Many people have been vocal, demanding the FDA ban it. And to get to the bottom of this, I conducted an in-depth study digging into the nutritional value of Lunchly according to medical experts, so that you don't have to. I went beyond just looking at the label to also investigate the FDA's official standpoint on the product. But before we jump in, let me catch up with those of you who might have missed out of the whole Lunchly drama, probably because you've been living in a Wi-Fi dead zone or just got back from your imaginary vacation on Pluto. So, MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul teamed up to bring the world what they thought it desperately needed: another ultra-processed lunch snack to go head-to-head with the famous Lunchables. But, well, the public didn't exactly roll out the red carpet for them. Dan TDM and other big creators have really spoken out against the product. In fact, it got so bad that bashing Lunchly became the new trend that there are now over 100 videos out there, all dragging it through the mud. It has gotten so bad that lots of medical experts and dietitians have also gotten into the picture. Before we dive into the main scoop, let's clear up what exactly this Lunchly fuss is all about. Lunchly is basically a lunch snack pack for kids, loaded with cheese, crackers, deli meat, and their signature prime electrolyte drink. Simple enough, right? But somehow, this little lunch kit is managing to stir up a storm everywhere. The renowned and well-trusted Dr. Mike actually had to speak about the product Lunchly.
And I usually don't make videos discussing creators' products, but when terms like healthier or better for you get tossed around, I feel it's important to set.
Yeah, Dr. Mike really had to step into the issue, and not only him, even Dr. Brian couldn't also keep mute on the matter.
If a parent came into my doctor's office, I would not recommend that their child drink this for lunch. But I also wouldn't recommend that they drink this, or even something like this. In fact, I wouldn't recommend anybody just drink hydration electrolyte beverages for the heck. All of this is being spurned because of Logan Paul, MrBeast, and KSI launching their new food.
Yeah, no one is holding back from revealing the truth about Lunchly. This is because this single Lunchly product has the ability to skyrocket the incidence of obesity among children. And that's not what's best for kids at this moment. Studies have shown that those who consume a high amount of ultra-processed foods have a 50% higher risk of developing obesity compared to those who consume less. And Lunchly is definitely now an exception to this list of ultra-processed foods. And another study by the American Institute of Cancer Research also revealed that a 10% point increase in consumption of ultra-processed foods is also linked with an increased incidence of cancer. These are really serious things we must have in mind when considering this Lunchly product. I really wonder what MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul were thinking when they were promoting this product, because I don't know if they'll recommend these to their children. So what are some of the real dangers of this Lunchly product? Let's see what Dr. Mike has to say.
I see it even in my clinic. So many of my pediatric patients are over-consuming UPFs, and it's becoming a growing problem across the country.
So we see that the doctors testify firsthand that these UPFs, such as the Lunchly product, is really a big problem in the clinics.
To be honest, some of the comparisons are kind of cringe and don't make much sense to me, but maybe that's because I'm not the target demo. Flavorful combos versus standard picks? The meal kit combos are nearly identical to Lunchables. Big gestures versus mid moments? I certainly don't remember that lesson in my...
We haven't even scratched the surface of a deeper analysis, and already this product is throwing up red flags left and right. If you've got to rely on those awkward points in your comparisons, it's a clear sign your product doesn't really have any edge from the get-go. Let's dive into the more critical scientific facts about the product. Take a look at this. And this. And this. I don't know if you can see any very significant positive change that has truly been made, but let's go on. So we see that the major food components which should be made available are really similar to Lunchables in the composition, and some other components were actually deliberately left out And when did electrolytes start being marketed as a major food product, really? Like, what does that even mean? Just high school knowledge makes us know that electrolytes doesn't mean anything specific, but a lot of different elements in the periodic table. Sorry, my nerdy part had to show up here.
Nice.
This is why Dr. Brian couldn't hold back on that and said that sodium being marketed as electrolytes would be taught in marketing textbooks one day. And sadly, instead of tendering an apology, we saw Logan attacking the doctor, saying, "Crazy how even a sports medicine doctor can't tell the difference between sodium and potassium. Like, why do we really need such a large amount of potassium in our diet? What's the special benefit we want to achieve?" Logan should just keep quiet and stop making a fool of himself arguing with the specialist.
Well, let's look at the recently passed nutrition standards set forth by the USDA for school lunches and see how Lunchly compares. Going line by line here. Less than 10% of calories should come from saturated fat. Lunchly turkey, 23% of calories come from saturated fat. Less than 10% of calories should come from added sugars. Lunchly turkey, 10.4 comes from.
But look at where things really get worse now.
But this is where things get really interesting, and for some reason no one has pointed this out. You see, USDA caloric guidelines say that a lunch meal for kids K through 8 should contain around 625 calories. Kids need energy to function, and calories give them that energy. Lunchly turkey contains only 230 calories, which would mean a kid would need to eat about 2.7 portions to consume enough calories. And if they did that, they'd get nearly 1,300 milligrams of sodium, which is also significantly over the USDA standards. So they'd be either under eating calories or overeating.
At this point, I'm just done. Seriously, how do these guys have the nerve to push this stuff on us? A meal with way less than the necessary calories, practically forcing you to eat more, while still managing to cram in a ridiculous amount of sodium. It's honestly embarrassing. But wait, this isn't even still the end. Like, just look at this too, this.
Finally, the grain guidelines state that 80% of lunch meals must be whole grain, and Lunchly turkey does not list any whole grain ingredients. It's clear Lunchly, just like Lunchables, misses the mark too many times to be considered meaningfully.
So basically, what these guys did was take someone else's ultra-processed junk, use it as a blueprint, and then whip up their own version of ultra-processed junk. Essentially the same stuff with a different label.
What?
I hate to break it to you that Lunchly is still basically crapped up ultra-processed foods, which is not healthy for kids. Full stop. Also, someone on X raised concerns about the heavy possibility of heavy metals in the pack, and Logan responded with the video of an X-ray machine, which isn't accurate at all. However, it was obvious that Logan didn't really understand the complaint. Dr. Mike really just wanted them to find a professional who would help them make the information they are using to market more accurate next time. And the biggest issue with the Lunchly pack is really the prime electrolyte drink in the box.
But what I feel like we are missing is an even bigger issue right under our noses. And that is the prime electrolyte drink in the box. The prime drink.
So why is the prime electrolyte drink so dangerous, really?
This package is for the 16.9 ounce bottle, and the Lunchly has 12 ounces. But if we just do a little bit of math here for a 4 to 8 year old's needs, this drink provides 640 milligrams of vitamin A, which is damn close to the UL level of potential toxicity at 900 milligrams. Like, if a kid were to drink 2 of these a day, which really would not be that hard, they're at 1.5 times the upper limit. That is scary shit.
So I looked up some of the complications associated with high vitamin A, and look what I found out really. Yup, it's quite shocking the risks that this could cause. Now what pisses me off the most is that after all these eye-shocking revelations had been revealed concerning Lunchly, look at the reaction of the marketers.
Damn, bro.
I'm mad.
Have you tried Feastables?
And Logan even went so far that he's using this innocent little boy to advertise his shit product.
Stop it. Get some help.
He really doesn't care about the kids, as Dan TDM said in his tweet. Now, what really is the FDA saying about the product? I know there have been lots of requests by many that Lunchly should be banned, and these are some of the reasons.
People are finding mold in their Lunchlys. An upset parent just posted these pictures that they took the Lunchly home and it was full of mold and it had a terrible smell. As you can see in these pictures, it is disgusting. Is this the biggest fail in YouTuber product history?
This is a reason to be sad. And also look at this very biased comparison of Lunchly and Lunchables.
This is a Lunchly salsa right here. Look at the consistency, the texture. Look at the consistency, the texture. And this is Lunchables. This, look, it's watery. And this is Lunchables. This, look, it's watery. I can't even look at that. I can't even look at that.
This is just so messed up and everyone is really angry. To get a clear picture of the FDA's stance on Lunchly, I spoke with an insider at the agency who, understandably, wishes to remain anonymous. According to them, the FDA currently has no plans to ban Lunchly. And here's why. Banning a product isn't as simple as people might think. For the FDA to take such drastic action, the product must contain substances that are scientifically proven to be harmful to human health, similar to what happened with brominated vegetable oil, BVO. The FDA operates on the principle that no food product is entirely without risk. Some level of harm may be inherent, but it must be significant and substantiated to warrant a ban. The FDA also considers whether a product has violated critical safety standards, such as good manufacturing practices, GMPs, or if there's evidence of intentional contamination. In Lunchly's case, while there were concerns about it potentially failing to meet safety protocols, the product hasn't crossed the safety boundaries set by the FDA. Any contamination issues reported with Lunchly packs were not the result of intentional tampering, but rather due to improper storage and handling of the product. The FDA's approach is evidence-based, meaning they need solid scientific proof before they can act. In Lunchly's case, the available data doesn't meet the level of danger required for a ban. Instead, the FDA might recommend stricter regulations, improved manufacturing practices, or better labeling to ensure the product remains safe for consumers. Until Lunchly shows signs of posing a significant health risk under the FDA's guidelines, it's unlikely they'll take further action against it. So essentially, Lunchly actually ain't going nowhere. I'll keep following up on the issue to keep you much more updated. If you enjoyed this video, ensure to like and subscribe to the channel.